You know who it is. It's your boy Niz bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to give you an in-depth analysis of the first weekend beta for Black Ops 4, of course on the PS4. So go grab a drink, go grab your girl and your dog, get in front of your TV, tablet, phone, or laptop or PC, and enjoy this video. I am not being paid by Activision or Treyarch, even though with this dedicated video and all these recommendations I'm going to give them, I should be paid. Not only kidding, but I have been playing Call of Duty from the very beginning. I may not be the greatest player on earth, but I know what a good Call of Duty is. I know when there's things wrong or something's off about the game. So I did write these things down. So hopefully I don't miss anything. This is going to be a little bit longer video. I was going to do kind of like a highlight reel, but if you do want to see like full gameplays and stuff like that, I did stream a ton on the channel. Make sure you throw a like on the video. Make sure you sub. This is a new channel. We're trying to get the subs up. You know, hopefully the people from the MMC channel do come over. Hopefully we'll get that back in probably about 60 days now. And I'll just turn this channel into like a streaming channel or something. We'll figure it out when we get there. Just make sure you sub. So I'm going to start out with the things I liked. You know what? I'm going to kind of mix them in. You know, this year, Call of Duty, I had a lot of fun playing the beta. I liked the speed. It was fun. A lot of the things they did put into the game, I did like. I really liked the health regen. I kind of was on the fence about it before playing it. I do like that you can have more meaningful gunfights. It's a little bit more strategic when you are shooting somebody. If somebody's on a head glitch, you're just not getting hit and you're dead. You can dip behind a wall when you see them and get hit a couple times and regen your health. I think that's really cool. It's a little bit more satisfying when you do get kills because you're putting much more work into it. A lot of people are complaining about the time to kill. I'll get into that on the things that are wrong with the game. The one thing I don't like, and my speculation on this is that there's going to be emotes after you get kills. Because why would they change the score streaks from the D-pad to triangle? I found it to be very annoying using triangle for the score streaks. Like the health regen, I got that down within 30 seconds of playing the game. I'm like a reload whore anyway, so it's kind of just one more thing to just hit after I shoot or after I'm in a gunfight. I had no problem whatsoever adjusting that. I hope that they don't put emotes into the game. I think that it works for Fortnite. Fortnite is very cartoony, and those little dabs and all that other stuff that they add into that game works for Fortnite. It's a slower paced game too because it's Battle Royale. I do understand that Call of Duty wants to have Battle Royale and multiplayer be consistent with damage and bullet registration, projectile bullets, stuff like that, bloom. So I do get that, but please do not put dance moves into the game after you get kills on multiplayer. And speaking on the score streaks, I found it very annoying to throw down care packages, the strike team. You literally, and you'll see it in the background in the video, you'll literally try 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times to throw down a care package. The sentry gun is very annoying. So I hope that's something they do fix. I do like that specialists are kind of earned in this game. There's 2 specialist abilities. The one you kind of get right off the bat and you get maybe 5, 6 times a game, which is fine. They can get a little bit annoying, but your main specialist, the big ability, you have to earn it. Now, there was a few games where I did not get the dog, for instance, and there was games I did really well. I got the dog 2 or 3 times. You know, and it's according to what game mode you're playing as well. If you're playing Hardpoint or Domination or Control, you can earn them multiple times. And you can also use perks to regen them faster. The sliding's back, which I am thrilled about. I love sliding ever since they put it in the Ghost. So that is pretty awesome. I'm not complaining about that. And with the extra health in this, any little thing you can do to get an advantage on a gunfight is vital to me. So if I'm running up and someone's behind a corner, I can slide around the corner, get my first couple shots into the enemy before they can engage me. So I think sliding really makes this game flow well. The colors, the bright colors are back. Now, half the people I play with like bright colors, the other half like it dark and dingy. You know, I'm an older gamer, you know, in my 30s, so I do like the brighter colors. It helps me distinguish the enemy faster. I never liked Ghost. I felt like you needed like the tracker sight to see people. In World War II, they kind of blend in with the environment. So I'm happy the bright colors are back. I'm a firm believer in, you know, colors make you feel a certain way subliminally. You know, the darker colors make your mood more dismal and make you depressed more. And I definitely felt that on World War II. I kind of felt like after an hour I was kind of miserable getting off the game. And not to say that I didn't like World War II, well, I really didn't, but they did make the game a lot better at the end, and it is kind of playable, but I still had that mental state when I got off. When I got off this game, I felt so much better, and I really couldn't wait to get back on, whether I was doing really good or really bad. And I have a feeling that a lot of the bright colors put you in that mind state. So I did learn about that type of stuff in college, and I do believe in it. And I'm not going to ramble on with a psychology lesson, but I liked it to pick 10s back. I hated the divisions on World War II with a passion. I think that's one of the main reasons I didn't like it as much as I did. So pick 10s back. There's lots of options, lots of stuff that, you know, I really didn't experiment with too much. Like they had like a grip 2 and AP rounds 2. I got operator mods on a couple guns, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But each gun has, some guns don't have certain attachments, which I don't like. You know, certain guns don't have AP rounds, and I think AP rounds is something that you kind of have to play with as an attachment, because the armor can get very annoying and very frustrating very quickly if you don't have the AP rounds on and you're getting in the gunfights constantly with people with armor. So it does feel fresh. It looks like a Call of Duty and kind of feels like a Call of Duty, but at the same time it feels like kind of a new franchise, if that makes sense. Which I like. You know, I don't want to play the same game over and over again. If it was an exact Black Ops 3 clone, even though it kind of does feel like and look like that, it's not. I don't think I would like it, and I don't think I would have had as much fun as I did have with the game. So it does feel fresh, but familiar at the same time. Throw your comments down below, you know, if you get what I'm saying on that. The sounds, the gun sounds are really, really good. The sounds of the game are awesome. But one thing I did notice playing the beta, you could not hear enemies' footsteps at all. You could hear your own very clear, but I couldn't hear enemies' footsteps at all. So maybe they'll fix that on this week's beta. Another thing that was really annoying was there was a constant reload sound as you were running around the map. I hope they really fix that. It was driving me insane. I thought I was crazy for half the beta. So hopefully they'll fix that. I'm sure they will. Lots of stuff on this list. The good part about this list is a lot of this stuff they can fix very easily. And this game can get polished and really come out good at launch. So I want to stress that a beta is something that the consumer gets to try, gets to give feedback on, and they fix it and make it better as a whole for the people, for the consumer. So don't think this is a video trashing Call of Duty, because no matter what, I am going to buy it. I am a Call of Duty fan. As you know, I run MMC. It's my obligation to own the game, and I just hope it's a good year. I'm rooting big time for this to be the game this year. So keep that in mind as well. I like the smaller maps, and I don't like them. So I really liked the 6v6 mosh pit that was Kill Confirmed, which was very fun, and the TDM, which was very fun. 6 people felt good on the maps. You felt like you weren't running around to find people all the time. You were getting in a lot of engagements. The camping was still there, but it did not feel like it was overcamped. It felt like kind of you're playing a balanced team. Some guys are running, some guys are kind of moving at a medium pace, and then you have some snipers that are posted up, which is fine. That's that way in every Call of Duty. But World War II felt like a total camp fest. So I think the smaller maps really work with the 6 players. Now I did play the Control and Domination and Hardpoint, and Domination and Hardpoint felt okay with the 5v5, but now with a big but, the Control was fun. I liked the game, I liked the way it works, but I really felt like it could use more players. I felt like we were sitting in an objective a lot, and then sometimes you'd have a game where the other team didn't even try to go for the objectives, just tried to drain you of the 30 kills. In Control, you have each team has 30 lives, and then there's 2 points to either capture or defend. You can win by capturing both points or killing the team totally of their lives, so they have no more spawns and you win. So I feel like Control could have a few more players, at least one more. 2 more preferably, 1 more would be great. Another thing I noticed, now I have a PS4 Pro, I didn't notice many frame drops, but I did notice that I had an advantage every time I was picking a specialist. I was always the first guy to have my specialist picked, the first to load into the game. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. I know that could be very annoying on the game modes where you can only have 1 specialist per team. It really didn't become too big of a problem because we were playing with 6 the whole time, and you could have 2 on each team in the Chaos Mosh Pit. So I think that's something that they have to fix. I like that they added, if you get some shots on the enemy, you will get that kill if that enemy gets killed. I think that's really cool. It's satisfying. I think it appeases to everybody. I know they definitely put it in the game for the weaker players, so they're not just getting trashed every game. But for the stronger players too, it can make your 80, 90, 100 kill game be a 120 kill game. So I think that's something that works for everybody. So that's another thing I really liked. I like that you can see your teammates' damage meter, the guy you're shooting at's damage meter. Infinite Warfare did have this, but I like it better on this. The colors are brighter, it's easier to distinguish what they have left. So I like all that. One thing that I'm kind of on the fence about, I'm not sure, is your operator mods. Now I did unlock a few of them. I did run the Cardite with the belt feed, which I think is extremely overpowered. It's basically unlimited ammo, no reloading. I just went ham with it every game. I just could heal myself and hit fire away, get feeds, quad feeds, kill a whole team in their spawn. I think that the operator mods in theory are good, but I just know the community in Call of Duty is going to abuse the shit out of the operator mods. So I think it's a slippery slope with giving advantages to players with these operator mods. Not every single gun has one. So now I'm going to get into things I really didn't like and things I think can be improved in the game, and hopefully they will for this week's beta. The time to kill sometimes it felt really long and sometimes it felt really short. It really was a game-to-game basis. So I'm not really sold yet on whether it's a bad or a good thing. The connection issues, like I said, some games I just absolutely go ham on the other team, and then the next game it would feel like no matter what I did, I just could not get a kill. I think that could be the hit detection, or that could be some kind of server issue they're having. The drop shots are gone now. Basically, when you go to lay down, do a drop shot, you put your hand down. You're super slow. You're not in ADS no more. So I know that Treyarch has wanted drop shotting out of the game for a while. I don't get why they feel that way, but I feel like drop shotting is really realistic. It's something that a soldier would do, drop to the ground when they're getting shot. They have kind of unlimited jumps in this game, which is really weird. After a while, it seemed like everybody was jumping, and I was doing it too. You get into a gunfight, your back's turned, you're going to jump, you're going to press whatever you can to get out of the way of the enemy. So I do get why people were doing it, but there was no stamina meter or any kind of limitation to the jumps. You could literally jump over and over at the same height. I don't think they can fix the height on the jumps because a lot of the game is based on jumping up into windows, up onto ladders, up onto ledges. It kind of feels like this game was made with boost jumping and they took it out. So they have to have the jump be kind of high to make that mechanic work in the game. But I feel like that as you jump, you should have stamina. So by the third time you jump, your guy should jump like an inch. So I think they should keep your maximum jump in for your first jump and just make it you get tired as you jump more. The armor. The armor was super annoying. Now this is something I feel that they should remove totally from the game. There's no reason that armor should be in this game with 150 health. I understand the specialist gives you an extra 50 maybe once or twice a game, which I also don't like, but at least it's a specialist ability, so I can kind of swallow that one. But, you know, having armor on every time, that 1 and 2 shot difference, and sometimes, in theory, I think it's like a 1 or 2 shot advantage, but with the connection and the hit detection, it sometimes became a 5 and 6 shot advantage. Having somebody dead to rights, shooting them in their back, they turn around, just instantly melt you because they had the armor. Every time Call of Duty has put extra health in the games, it's been hated. You know, you had your vest in Modern Warfare 3. You had Juggernaut in Modern Warfare. So this is something I think that they need to get out of the game. Because not every gun even has the counter for it, which I don't think is fair. Not every gun has AP rounds. And I don't like when a perk is made to be a crutch perk you have to run. So I don't want to run where every gun I have to run AP rounds all the time. So I think that's something that needs to be taken out of the game. You have your gun balance. It felt like submachine guns were super overpowered, and snipers that were running overkill with submachine guns was super overpowered. It felt like submachine guns could shoot across the map with no problem at all. If you used assault rifles, you really had to be good aim and really get the jump on somebody to get the kill. The snipers seemed broke again as usual. I don't like the flinch in this game. Your screen kind of turns dark when you're getting hit, which feels very awkward when you're starting to get shot. It kind of feels like you're blinking when you're not blinking. I don't know if they put that in intentionally to make it more realistic, but I think it's throwing off the flow of the game immensely. The score streaks are terrible. They're hard to call in. They're hard to deal with because everybody has Ghost on. I think that they should just take Blind Eye and Ghost out of the game, buff up these score streaks, let them rain down hell on your opponents. Let's get the fun factor going back into this game. The score streaks are very slow reacting too. If you see a Mantis, you can easily get out of its way before it shoots at you. And in some cases, you can even jump over its rocket. It's very slow reacting. The attack helicopter is worthless. The strike team is worthless. They're slow. The dog, I don't understand where people are saying the dog is overpowered. When I used the dog, the first night it was good. The second night it would just look and sniff in corners with enemies in the room. So I think that needs a buff. Your score streaks at the domination half that you have built up are being erased from you starting the second half. That takes out the strategy of calling in your score streaks, which is a big part of domination. I don't understand why they're doing that. The erratic spawns in domination. If you have an A and B or C and B flag, you'll spawn in with the other team at their flag just randomly. They need to fix the specialist ability of the tack insert. Make it either so many spawns at that tack insert or make it last a lot shorter of a time. I mean, you could literally just destroy the whole objective game with that tack insertion. I'm sorry this is going on. I'm almost done, I promise. I mentioned the reload sound, terrible. You know, and I know they'll fix that. The graphics aren't the best on this, but it is what you're kind of used to on a Call of Duty. It's not Battlefield or it's not Battlefront. It's not going to make you say, oh my god, this game is the awesomest game I've ever seen. But the colors are very bright, which I do like. So that's just some things that I noticed during the beta. I'm going to make another week 2 beta after this second week, and hopefully a lot of these things are crossed off. Throw a like on the video, subscribe, have that bell notification turned on. I hope I help some of you make an educated decision whether you're going to buy Call of Duty this coming year that aren't fortunate enough to get the beta. I'm trying to get in contact with Treyarch now to send me a whole page of codes. They have been doing it for other people on Twitter, so as soon as I get that, I'll post some codes. I don't have many subs, so hopefully that whole page will get a code for everybody who needs it. I'm out. See you on the next one. Peace.